Something happens to far too many good YouTubers during the upload process. And sadly, this is the thing that keeps them stuck, struggling, and unable to grow their YouTube channel. In this video, we'll identify what that thing is, and more importantly, the steps you can take in order to finally grow your YouTube channel. Stick around.
Brian G. Johnson!
Brian G here, and to grow on YouTube, stake your claim and amplify your message. Do that by subscribing. Click on the bell notification and you'll be on your way. Inception. Inception is the starting point. It's the one singular activity that triggers a chain reaction, which in turn determines the fate of that thing. And in this case, the thing we're talking about is your YouTube channel. And the singular activity that triggers your channel's fate is a small little seemingly innocent button, the publish button. And with one click, you'll spark a chain reaction that will determine the success or lack thereof of every video you publish. Everything you want is wrapped up into this button. That's the views, subscribers, the notoriety, the fame and fortune, the respect, the being able to do what you want to do when you want to do it. You see, it's the decisions that we make prior to hitting the publish button that literally seal our video's fate. Listen, success on YouTube begins with what I like to call YouTube inception. You see, it's our thoughts that form our decisions, and it's those decisions that lead to the actions we take, and those actions generate our results. And this stuff is undeniable. It has a huge, profound impact on the videos that you publish. For example, what you're looking at is the total views for one video published across 2 days. And each day I tested a new thumbnail to identify the thumbnail that would generate more clicks. And one of the thumbnails generated 874 views, and sadly the other generated just 431. Now we're talking about the same video. All I did was trade out the thumbnail. Now warning, this video is not about thumbnails. It's about something much bigger that can be devastating to your ability to drive views, to grow on YouTube, and to achieve the results that you're after. You see, you're not just uploading a thumbnail. You're making a decision that will seal the fate of that video. From that moment when a spark of a video idea hits you to the time you click the publish button, you'll make literally hundreds, if not thousands of decisions that will determine just how many views you get or not. So slow down and appreciate that these are the items that really determine your success, and sadly, this is the thing that so many YouTubers do not. Now, to be fair, I know a lot of YouTubers work really hard at publishing great videos, but the truth of the matter is, not all of the things you can spend your time on are really going to have the same kind of impact when it comes to growing a YouTube channel. For example, B-roll and cinematic shots, they're powerful and they can add so much to a video. However, if the storyline is weak, if the message is not compelling, if the audience isn't really excited and interested in the topic, the greatest B-roll or cinematic shots in the world can never make up for that. And with that, if you want to grow, well then you've got to prioritize what's most important. Now, to help you understand what that is, I've got a list of the things to focus on, the things that can help you move the needle on your YouTube channel. First off, number one is the target audience. That is the group of people that you're crafting a video for. Here's a great example, PewDiePie. You might love him or hate him, but the fact of the matter is he drives millions of views, he makes millions of dollars, and he makes videos covering a wide range of topics, but he's always targeting a specific audience and he wins. For example, if you were to take a look at the videos PewDiePie published when he launched his channel, you'd see that a huge percentage of them were the same game over and over again. That means he targeted the same audience, kept publishing videos, kept bringing those viewers back, and you can do the same. And you can do the same thing whether you're making cooking, creative, comedy, or commentary videos. Next up is the topic. The topic you select will absolutely make or break your video. It's mission critical. Now, when we start out on YouTube, we often make videos we're excited about, and you should do that. But if you really want to drive more views, then stop and ask yourself, what is it that my audience is thinking about? What are the words that really matter to them? And when you start diving deep in what they want, what they're interested in, it's so much easier to get them to click on your video, which means obviously more views, and you win. The topic you choose is, again, mission critical. Next up is the hook. It's the thing that separates the winners from the losers. So do this. Every video you publish should really focus on one big idea. You want to make it really easy for the audience to understand what your video is about. The more convoluted your title is, the longer your title is, the more you try to cram into the title and the thumbnail, the more you'll have to make the audience work, and they're going to pass your video up. One big idea is powerful because it makes it easy for the audience to understand why they should click. This is one of the reasons Casey Neistat is Casey Neistat. He understands this so well. The Day I Almost Died, the Kilimanjaro Story, Scariest Day of My Life. Casey covers one big idea, and he makes that the hook of his video. The hook is why you can watch two documentaries on the same subject, and one sucks and one's awesome. Create a simple and compelling hook, and you'll win. Be unique, be different, create something that's simple and easy to understand, and again, you will win. In this example by Charles James, the topic is doing my makeup, and the hook is in an escape room. You see, if you make a video about doing your makeup, there are a million other videos on YouTube just like that. If you upload gameplay and that's all it really is, like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds gameplay, there are a million other videos covering the same very thing. Next up is item 4, which is the keyword phrase. You've got to identify a keyword phrase, and you're going to build your entire video around that phrase. The smaller your channel is, the more you're struggling for views, the more important this is. What is a keyword phrase? It's literally the keyword recommendations or the words that show up when you type into the search box right here. And there are some great tools like TubeBuddy and Morning Fame that can really help you when it comes to keywords. I've got links to both of those tools in my description below. So before you move forward, select a keyword phrase and then know that you're gonna build your video around that phrase. Next up is item number 5, which is the video script. Now, taking the time to know what you're gonna film before you film it, again, is going to dramatically improve the video you publish, allowing you to connect with the viewers, allowing them to watch longer so you can trigger the algorithm and so on. Take the time to plan before you publish. Now, a video script can literally be 5 or 10 words, bullet points that you've got on a Word document, that you've got scribbled on a napkin, or you can take the time to script out your video word for word, allowing you to really understand what you're going to talk about. And then before you film, you can really think through all of the different elements, which again, it's so powerful and helps you to get those results. For example, audience retention is the video metric you can study in your YouTube analytics, and it's the measurement of how long viewers are watching. And you know what's crazy? In the first 30 seconds of your video, you'll lose about half of the people that click on your video. the more you can improve that, the more you can keep more of those viewers watching, the more likely you'll get the results you're after. And item number 6 is your video title, which is far more important than your thumbnail, your video description, the tags of your video, and definitely far more important than closed captions. So do this: begin your video title with the keyword phrase you identified in an earlier step. It's literally that simple, and doing this is going to help you get far better results. And optionally, you can go ahead and end your video title with something that's compelling, a compelling phrase, or something about the viewers, like why you're not losing weight, or why you're not getting views, or why you're struggling to grow on YouTube. Next up is the video thumbnail. I cannot emphasize just how important this step is. Personally, I don't start on a video until I know the title and the thumbnail down to a T. And typically, I'm going to craft and create a number of different thumbnails and titles because I know it's so important. Think about it. You can spend so much time on your video, but if nobody ever clicks on the video, who cares? That means it makes a lot of sense to spend just as much time on the title and the thumbnail. Let me give you an example. For this particular video, I started with all of these images that I have that I use thumbnails for, right? I take the image, I craft a thumbnail. Now, as I craft and create a thumbnail, the thing I want to emphasize is emotion, because it's emotion that's going to get people to click on our video. And furthermore, we can evoke emotion in the video, in the story we're telling, and that'll keep viewers watching. Step 8 is audience retention. This is the thing you've got to focus on, because quite frankly, all the tips I'm sharing will never work. They won't work. You're gonna be frustrated if your YouTube audience retention isn't pretty darn good. Retention is the measure. Well, let me show you. You see this image here? Simply click on the little icon here, and then you're gonna get this pop-up message. Audience retention is how well your video keeps people watching. Okay, so what we want to do, what you want to do is you want to keep viewers watching. You have to do that. If you don't do that, you will fail, and sadly, you won't get the results you're after. Here's what's up. Don't get too hung up on what's more important. Is it percentage viewed? Is it average view duration? Make videos for viewers, and the goal is to keep them watching. Keep it simple, focus on those things, follow these steps, and you'll crush it. I see too many people getting bogged down by the myriad of technical details. Our job is to make great videos. We want to keep viewers watching. That's all we have to focus on. And item number 9 is your delivery on camera, or the voiceover you use. You know what? The best YouTubers, 99% of the time, they either are on camera or they do a voiceover, and they're really clear. They're really easy to understand. They communicate in a clear and effective way that keeps the audience watching. Great YouTubers clearly tell a compelling story, and that should be your goal. And every time you press that record button, you have an opportunity to be compelling, to be clear, and to communicate in a way that makes it really easy for your audience to follow along. Here's what's up. If you're a little bit uncomfortable on camera, there's a really good chance the audience is going to be uncomfortable too. And you know what? They're going to leave. Now, the good news is as you publish more and more videos, as you strive to communicate clearly, as you strive to improve your voiceover or your presence on camera, I guarantee it's gonna improve. Don't expect to be able to craft the kind of videos I can, or Jack Frags can, or Sonny Lenarduzzi. Don't expect to deliver in a way that Nick Nimmin does on your third video. That's insanity. Item number 10 is your video edit. And you know what? Casey Neistat has said that a great video is born in the edit. Now, think about that. If you're bad at video editing, you can't ever publish a great video because you can't edit. Editing allows you to take out stuff you don't want. Editing allows you to put cool stuff in. Editing allows you to tell a much better story. Editing is art. Again, editing is the thing you can do, you can strive to improve, and I promise you that if you do that, if you focus on these mission-critical elements, you'll go really far. And item number 11 is your video backdrop. It doesn't have to be amazing looking. You might film outside, but take the time to find somewhere that looks scenic. Now, if you do film inside, think about this. When you take the time to make your video backdrop look better, every single video you make from that point on is better. That's a great way to spend a weekend. That's a great way to slow down. You know, we spend so much time hustling and publishing videos, but instead, why not just sacrifice a video or two and clean up your office, clean up the spare bedroom, find somewhere you film. And some of you might be thinking, well, you know, I have to set everything up. It's really challenging, and I get that. But the thing you want to focus on is what can you do to make that process simpler and easier, so every time you film, you've got something that looks pretty good. The backdrop matters. Items 12 and 13 are the audio and video quality. And frankly, I see again a lot of people prioritizing technical things like 4K. Doesn't matter. This is 1080p. It looks really good. Why? Good lighting is in place. I've got a good camera. I'm spending a bit of time editing. I'm doing color correction. I'm far more focused on my ability to tell a compelling story. If your audio sucks, work on that until you improve it. But the fact of the matter is this technical stuff can never take you where you want to go. If you're not compelling on camera, if you don't have an interesting story to tell, and if you're thinking, I don't, you do. Everybody's got an interesting story. You've just got to work on it, and you've got to practice telling that story. If you want to win on YouTube, if you want to grow a huge channel, stop uploading videos and start uploading art. Art that's designed and crafted and created for a large audience. When you do that, you will win. There's a secret that the most successful YouTubers leverage to grow fast on YouTube. Check out the video on the screen now to learn how to do just that. If you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Click on the yellow B to the G icon and you'll do just that, and you'll feed a poodle. I've got 2 and they're hungry. I'll see you on the next video. You dig?